Hello, buddy. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Sim. This is the Extreme Revival series, episode 3. We have Bill here once again with me,
Hello.
and we are back for some more 2006 action. If you haven't seen the other 2 episodes yet, go back and watch them to get the continuity of what's going on in the world so far in my alternate version of 2006. ECW is back. We've had some big things going on. We've booked ECW One Night Stand 2006, and a Heat Raw on ECW since as well. We had a few people fail drug tests already after the very first show, and we've had some fun stories start. Um, the I think when I looked, the best story right now in terms of the actual hotness of the feud is the WWE title main event feud between the three of Rob Van Dam, John Cena, and Edge. That is, I believe, the hottest one currently. Um, and yeah, there's some pretty good stuff going on. ECW's had a very interesting revival, as I'm doing it very differently. But yeah. Anyways, today we're gonna start us off. We're gonna do the first SmackDown that we've done so far, and we're gonna go all the way through to our second Raw, which is a Go Home Raw for Vengeance 2006. So yeah, let us get going on that.
I forgot how cramped 2006's schedule was.
Yeah, and this is already booked, so let's start the show. The show starts off very SmackDown like with some cruiserweight action, with Gregory Helms defending the title against Funaki. This SmackDown, the gimmick of the SmackDown is it's a bit of a Night of Champions type situation. All the titles that are SmackDown branded are being defended on this show. Gregory Helms defended the title, of course, and he looked like a threat in this match. Solid rating here to start the show. I will take that. I've come to find out I kind of have a cruiserweight problem, but as you'll see in the next segment, I'm trying to fix that as Billy Kidman has returned to the WWE and the SmackDown brand. I needed some face cruiserweights, so this is one of the ones I picked up.
Did always enjoy Kidman.
Yeah, I mean he was solid, and he's still got solid. Skills, solid ratings at this time for in this mod at least. So I'll take them.
And he's a decent mat-based worker as well as doing the flippy stuff, so even if he's a little older and can't go up to the top as much, he can still provide value.
Yeah, exactly. It started off with Gregory Helms cutting a promo about how he's dominating the cruiserweight division and all of this stuff, and he can't. Nobody can beat him. He's been champion since the Royal Rumble. And Billy Kidman then makes his entrance, and there's a stare down between the two.
Helms carried the fuck out of that segment.
He sure did.
79 as soon as Billy shows up, 42.
I have a feeling Helms is going to be a low-key MVP for the SmackDown brand, which should be fun.
He deserved a lot better than he ever got in WWE.
True.
He was just held back because this was like peak Vince McMahon big man obsession. He was not a big man.
Yeah. Next up, we get the first women's match in this in this run so far, as we have Stacy Keibler versus Michelle McCool, with a negative 2-star match, but a good rating because the crowd
still got a 72% rating.
Well, I played to their strengths here, and I did make this. I did Fairy 2006 and Stacy Keibler and made this a bra and panties match to try and help the rating out a little bit. And
that might actually hurt it with Michelle in there, honestly.
Well, it works off of whatever the stat is for attractiveness, and Michelle's was also high, so it should have been okay.
Okay, I just know in real life, that would probably hurt it because Michelle's a good wrestler and wouldn't want to do it.
But luckily the game...
I mean, we know Stacy is much more of a character than a worker, but
yeah.
That's alright. She still brings a lot of value to the company.
Which is playing into the story that we're starting to tell here, because next up, Stacy is cutting a segment on Mickey James because she wants to prove herself. She wants to prove she can be. She's not just a pretty face and can be at the top of a women's division, and so she has her eyes set on Mickey James. And
Well, if anyone can pull a good match out of Stacy, Mickey can.
yeah,
Even in 2006.
Mickey James.
I mean, Mickey gets a lot better in a few years, but she was already excellent.
Oh yeah, and Mickey James is the current women's champion. She didn't see any time on Raw, but that shall be changing soon enough. Both their popularities went up, so you like to see that. Next up, the WWE Tag Team titles are on the line as Paul London and Brian Kendrick defend against the Pitbulls, a team I forgot existed, which consists of Kid Cash and Jamie Noble. A pretty good match, 3 stars. I did set this to steal the show, and it worked. These guys could do that. Kid Cash, Jamie Noble lost popularity, but I'm okay with that. London and Kendrick gained. I'm trying to get these guys over. We're trying to get a solid tag division going here. So that was pretty
probably
good.
The worst guy in the match is Paul London, and he's still pretty good.
Yeah. And next up, we got a segment with William Regal. He's getting interviewed backstage by Josh Matthews, who I just chose as the interviewer because I have no other role for him. And he's kind of promo on London and Kendrick. He says he's bringing his own force to the tag team division and is going to show these kids how things should truly run around here, and promises to bring a partner to take the tag titles from the 2 young lads.
That could actually be good, because I think I know who the partner is.
And then we get a segment with The Miz screwing around. He's cutting a promo, just being a shithead. And then Bobby Lashley makes his presence felt as we have a sudden United States Championship match up here. This was the Night of Champions. We didn't know who Bobby Lashley was. Bobby Lashley's opponent wasn't set, but he's gonna face The Miz, who was out here being arrogant. And of course, it's 2006. Bobby Lashley for sure beats The Miz. I guess he would. I mean, he would beat The Miz at any point, really. But
I don't know. 2011, 2012, Miz would probably win if Bobby Lashley was working there.
Fair enough.
That was like peak Miz.
Bobby Lashley got a huge popularity, well, not huge, I guess, but a good popularity spike off of this. The Miz had a boost because of his gimmicks, so that's cool. Yeah, Bobby was made to look like a threat, which is perfect because that's what I want. Oh yes, I forgot I had a segment I actually wrote out for this show. Next up, we get a King's Declaration as King Booker and Queen Sharmell make their entrance and come to the ring to cut a promo on Rey Mysterio and Finlay. And they're cutting a promo on Rey Mysterio and Finlay because that is the main event for tonight for the World Heavyweight Championship, is Rey Mysterio defending the title against Finlay. And the segment opens with their extravagant entrance from the King and his Queen. King Booker talks about the tradition of the King of the King of the Ring receiving a title match, and since he's king, he wants to call a shot for SummerSlam. So King Booker is already setting his ground. He wants the World Heavyweight Championship match at SummerSlam. Whether it be the small but mighty Rey Mysterio or even his confidant, Finlay, King Booker proclaims he will walk out at the biggest party of the summer, not only king, but also World Heavyweight Champion. So a pretty good proclamation there from the King Booker. And then, for the main event, as advertised in this segment, we have Rey Mysterio defending the title against Finlay, who was struggling to keep his breath by the end of this match, but the rating of this match is still solid. Rey defends the title successfully. Ignored a little bastard. He actually wasn't supposed to be there. It put him back there after I deleted him, but okay. Yeah, I mean, solid main event. Not nothing to call home about or anything, but I just needed an alright. I just needed somebody for Rey to beat. That wasn't a big matchup I didn't want to throw away yet. So here we go. Finlay could still go in 2006. So that is Smackdown.
Pretty good show.
A 68% show, gained 1.2 popularity in North America. So, I mean, good all around. I'll take that. I wanted to lean into SmackDown being the work rate show with this first episode in terms of putting all the titles on the line, giving you something the other shows didn't do by doing that. Title defenses, big deal. You may kind of know who the winners are. I guess the tag team one might be a little up in the air. The cruiserweight match might have been a bit competitive, but like the Bobby Lashley match, you knew who was winning that. The main event, you probably knew who was winning that. But I mean, Finley would have been really aggressive, so it could have been probably would have been good. So yeah,
And Ray what is coming in as a pretty damaged champion.
that's also true. I'm trying to
It would
rehabilitate
be
him.
completely plausible that in this period of 2006, Finley beats Ray for the title.
Yeah, so trying
Although I
to
do get a kick out of you making the workweight show and then booking Stacy Keebler on
I
it.
know. Well, I knew I was doing the Stacy story, but Bill already knows this that I didn't have any woman booked this full week, so Stacy got thrown to start the story here because I didn't want to go a full week without booking any woman because I felt bad about that. Besides Lita and
I
Sexy.
actually like Stacy, so
Yeah. Now we shall end the show officially. See what the next day brings. Oh, well. um, hello.
that's big.
Um, normally in this series I don't show this behind the scenes stuff, but I mean it's Cody Rhodes. Can I pick him up right away? I think I gotta go to the.
He's come in with awesome stats for
I didn't
like
actually look
a
at the
rookie.
stats. Oh yeah,
Oh, look at
that's really
he's
good.
got fucking 80 in agenting. He's a rookie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How the fuck does he have 80 in agenting as a rookie?
Um, we shall be right back. I am gonna do a little contract signing off screen. He's gonna go to a developmental brand because it makes sense to do that. We'll be right back.
And I mean, not telling you how to book, but I personally always try to meet those requests when they make them.
Yeah, we are
Especially
back.
since he's not asking to go over, Rob.
True. Um, we're back. Cody Rhodes has been signed to a certain developmental brand called Deep South Wrestling. I just didn't want to take up recording time with that because it's more of a behind the scenes thing for this series. We did check our mail real fast, and we have a request here from Christian York, who is a part of the ECW brand with its relaunch, as he was a alumni there in the original ECW. And he's saying, "Hey boss, I've been admiring the work of Rob Van Dam. Well, everybody has. I think he's double world champion right now, and I'd love to work with him. I would like a match with Rob Van Dam before the 17th of July." So yes, that is literally in a month's time. Um, I mean, you can have a match. You're gonna lose it, but Rob can work you if he's not hurt, assuming. And solid attendance and figures for ticket sales for SmackDown. Now, we need to get the heat. Hopefully nobody else enters the wrestling world of the wrestling world. That's a new one. Okay. Let's get to heat on Monday. Oh yeah, I didn't show this to you or on on video last time on the recording, but you get a weekly reward report between Warren companies at the start of each week, and to see which company is winning between different factors and stuff. So there's the cool factor, production quality, show quality, roster with best star quality, roster with best wrestling skill, most entertaining roster, best looking roster, popularity, and total score. And it calculates it by taking your for a lot of them it's your top 5 workers, what the average is or whatever, for like their best star quality and wrestling skill. Some of them are calculated by best show of each week, like show quality, comparing production levels for production quality. Cool factor is level Finds and Danger, which they got a draw. I'm winning. I won every other category besides the cool factor was the draw, and I was I'm totally dominating TNA in the war.
I'd be worried if you weren't, given that you have 3 grand to their 1.
Yeah, I mean New Japan and Noah are here. Last week I checked, New Japan were winning, and they still are. And then CML, AAA, same thing, and CMML completely dominating. Kind of sounds like modern day, but now we shall go to Heat. Oh, this is the this should be the completely auto booked show. I don't think I touched this one. Starting off the show, a 12-minute match between Balls Mahoney and Shannon Moore. I guess Balls won this match. It didn't even gain popularity.
And then lost popularity in Europe. North America didn't care. Europe were upset their boy lost.
Next up, we got, oh look, it's Christian York. Christian York versus Imposter Kane. Ignore it. That's totally not Luke Gallows. And Imposter Kane did win here. Actually gaining popularity. Christian York a lot. I actually think he is actually only aired internationally at this point. It was internationally, and it might have been on YouTube.
Oh, that's why they're only moving popularity in Europe. That makes sense.
So I think it's only going by their TV deal internationally in Europe, and then it's not counting like the YouTube deal in North America because they wouldn't really. I don't know. They just probably didn't bother. Mikey Ripper versus Danny Basham. Oh, I just got an achievement. I got achievement for a dud. For getting a dud, get a 0-star rating. Thanks, guys.
Now you just have to really work to try to get the -5-star one.
Yeah, I've already gotten.
I was looking at the achievements for that game. There's a -5-star one.
I've gotten the regular 5-star one in my not recorded AEW run.
That's given some of the rosters, that's not necessarily that hard to pop.
Yeah, no.
-5 seems like it would take more work because these games tend to want people to be good in it. You almost have to modify the database to make wrestlers really suck.
I think I might have actually gotten it like my first or second show. I don't remember though. Yeah, these guys fucking sucked here. I mean, not that you'd think this would be good, but come on, guys. And then Eugene versus Simon Dean, my personal favorite match of the night and the main event. Eugene won, because sure, it didn't really matter who won. I think I just let the game pick for a matter of fact. So yeah.
Eugene was definitely more over than Simon Dean at that time.
Yeah. 44% show. I think that's a little weaker than last week, which makes sense. I didn't have an OVW spotlight match to pop the boys on this show. Okay, it just didn't take me right to Raw. Okay. All right, the show is gonna. This is a big segment. We're going 20 minutes here. Show opens with Mr. McMahon's new general manager announcements. You're seeing an important face here. So it starts off. Mr. McMahon makes his entrance, cuts a promo, introducing Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon as the new GMs of Raw. But there's a twist. Well, they come out first. His kids come out first, and then Mr. McMahon says there's a twist. They will only be 2/3 of a general managing team for the premier Monday Night show, the premier show of the WWE, and he also states that Shane and Stephanie they have 50% of the control / power for the show combined, and this other guy, somebody coming back to WWE after a very long time, will have the other 50% of control for Raw. And out comes, after an introduction, Bret Hart. Bret comes out with a extravagant entrance. And with his classic theme, by the way. I'm not remixing this theme like an idiot. And just throwing that out there for no specific reason. And Bret doesn't shake Vince's hand or anything. He states that he's back in WWE to keep things running properly and to keep things in line, to keep the premier show of the WWE a show that people want to watch, and to not let any McMahon shenanigans take control. And he's saying this right as all three of the McMahons here are on the stage and everything with him still. And then Bret Hart turns his attention to the main event scene for the WWE title and states that all three competitors in the triple threat this Sunday at Vengeance will compete in their own matches tonight to prepare themselves for Sunday's triple threat. And John Cena will face the Intercontinental Champion Shelton Benjamin. Edge will face Ric Flair, kind of continuing their mini beef that started with last week's show, which if you didn't see, go check it out. And then Rob Van Dam, being the fighting champion that he is, will defend his belts in the main event against none other than young Randall Keith Orton. So, a pretty big night ahead of us. So, first match, we're getting right into business as John Cena and Shelton Benjamin are putting on a banner. John Cena, good boost here. Shelton didn't lose any, so that's great. John was made to look like a threat. Shelton Benjamin had a boost to his performance because of his gimmick. A star power John Cena added to the match. A really good matchup to start here. So that's John's match out of the way. And Cena's off for the rest of the night. Oof. That's not what I wanted to see. Next up, Bret Hart meets Shelton Benjamin. Bret Hart comes face to face with the IC champion and lets him know that Bret feels like it's been too long since his title has been defended. So this Sunday at Vengeance, he'll have a man to face him. So Shelton is defending his title. Shelton does not look the happiest over this news after just losing to John Cena in such a big matchup. Next up, we've got Triple H versus Rob Conway in a surprisingly good match. Triple H, big popularity boost, big boy boost. Rob Conway doing his job. And this match isn't important. It's just to set up the attack of the Spirit Squad on Triple H. They attacked Shawn Michaels last week, really beat him up good. But while they're attacking Triple H, Shawn Michaels, believe it or not, comes back already. He has a brace on his leg or something, or on his knee, I don't know. Whatever would be realistic that he could still kind of work. And he makes entrance. Him and Triple H run Spirit Squad off, and then we get the official reunion of D-Generation X. Somehow Shawn lost popularity here. I don't know. It's Triple H did too, I guess. Okay.
The Spirit Squad is somewhat beneath them.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I think the same thing happened in real life. Like, they felt less important because they were fighting with male cheerleaders.
I mean, it didn't matter for Triple H, to be fair, since he gained so good on the match. So he's still a good net positive. And Europe didn't care, so. But yeah.
They're still mad about what happened to Shannon Moore earlier.
DX is back on Monday nights, so we'll see what comes of that. Yes, I did kind of do a rush job on making sure they were together because I only had 2 weeks before Vengeance and they were already together by Vengeance in real life, and this angle would have been in the middle, so I just pulled the trigger as fast as I could. Next up, Edge gets his match. It's actually a no DQ match, I forgot to kind of mention, against Ric Flair. And since Edge was in the match, he said the Hardcore Championship was just on the line because screw it. It's not an officially sanctioned belt. By the way, Edge and Mick Foley are sharing the title, just to make that clear. Mick did gift it to him, but they are... We'll clear that up at some point later probably, but they are sharing the title. They are co-champions. And Edge beats Ric Flair, defending his belt. His mix, I guess I should say. And gaining momentum going into Sunday for that big triple threat match. This is actually the best match of the night so far. Holy shit, I didn't realize how high that scored. that was an awesome match. Sweet. Okay. Next, we get a promo from Mickey responding to Stacy from last Friday night SmackDown. Mickey says Stacy wants to try to prove herself. Well, Mickey is going to show Stacy this Sunday what kind of champion she is and what she has to look forward to if she so chooses to go ahead with her mission of redemption. So, we have a couple of title matches. We don't know who's going to be facing the champion, but yeah. So, women's title match, an IC title match. Stay tuned for Vengeance to see who they're going to actually face. Now, what is going on here? Anyways, we've got Bret Hart having a bit of a... Bret Hart turns around, he's in his office. Notice how it's mostly Bret Hart in this episode and no McMahon's. That will play into things later. Bret Hart's in his new office, turns around suddenly, and DX is just standing there. There's a bit of tension. Bret's kind of like, are we going to be okay? And nothing comes of it, and Bret's like, okay, we're cool. They don't really make amends or anything, but they can talk like, they can just talk like normal adults for now. And
the person who booked this has clearly never met Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels.
Look, I have an angle. I had to have some addressing of these two's past here before anything comes of it possibly later. But they're all good enough for now. Bret's trying to be the consummate professional. Shawn Michaels is on a second run I Love Jesus phase, so they're able to be in the same room together at the moment. And they end up talking.
You could cut the passive aggression with a knife.
Oh yes, there would be a lot of passive aggressiveness going on. After the mini stare down, they all kind of talk a little bit. Passive aggressive bullshit keeps getting thrown. But Bret says he has talked to Stephanie and Shane, and that they've decided they are willing to give DX what they want. And this Sunday at Vengeance is DX versus the Spirit Squad for the World Tag Team Championship. So that's another big match for Vengeance. Now, our main event for the evening, Rob Van Dam defends both his titles against Randy Orton. Pretty big main event, really. Apparently, Rob's a little fatigued, so I'm glad I'm glad. Spoiler alert that he isn't booked for ECW. Yeah, I guess I didn't have to book to seal the show really, but yeah, Randy lost Pop, but oh well. Rob gained. That's good. So yeah, pretty good main event here, and then we get a go home brawl here to end the show, going into Vengeance. What will happen this Sunday as the big triple threat happens between these three? And I mean, I'm sure Lita will get involved somehow. She's always at Edge's side at this point. We shall end this show. Gain popularity in both North America and Europe. 80% sure rating, that's as high as we can get at the moment until some stuff's upgraded. So, very good show for sure. I'm pretty happy with that for a go home. So,
that was a solid go home.
Oh no. People failed drug tests. Oh.
Who was it?
Oh, it's showing them on the side. We already.
That's your bar report. We've seen that.
Why is it still showing them for today? I've already done this.
Oh, I see where they are now. Aren't these the same people?
No, some are, some aren't. There's some new ones. I don't know, like. it's not. It's still showing these as if I haven't run them. I guess I'll have to figure that off screen. I don't know. TNA held Slammiversary. Let's just look at this real fast, I guess. For the fun of it. Kevin Nash
To
versus
avoid
Jeff Jarrett. Holy shit.
dealing with the drug test failures.
And the Real World Tag Team Championships. America's Most Wanted versus Team 3D. That's based.
That's a pretty shit Slammiversary, honestly.
Christian Cage versus Scott Steiner. That's weird. Christian Cage going over is right, though. X Division Championships, Mojo versus Chris Sabin. That's great.
Most of the matches look good. The issue is there's only 5 matches on a 3-hour pay-per-view.
Yeah. Well, interesting.
Which means they probably expected Scott Steiner to go 40 minutes.
It's not even showing the I ran the shows, so I don't know. It might make me run them again. I don't know. It might have broke. I imagine even if I run them again, I'll probably get the same results. So I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I'll probably figure that out off screen. But for now, we'll deal with these drug tests. I guess we'll look at the Promotion Award report. For some reason, we're getting an email on it now. We didn't before. I don't know what's going on in this game at the moment. Mike Awesome failed again.
They did just update it 2 days ago.
Maybe there's some new bugs then. I'll have to look at it. Hard drugs again. He's getting forced to rehab because he wouldn't go. He wouldn't go willingly last time. Damn it! This messes something up for me. Mike Awesome will go to rehab effective immediately. They were not happy that they did not have a choice.
Well, Mike, you couldn't even stay off the drugs for a fucking week, so.
Yeah, that's brutal. Test fails again. It's steroids again. Well, fuck. How are you gonna get popped? Your second chance already. 60-day suspension. You're not even done your 30-day suspension. Chris Benoit's gonna do the same fucking thing to me, ain't he? Sean Morley probably will.
I'm actually wondering if this is a bug and it's showing the same failed drug tests because how are we testing
How are we testing
when he's not at the arena? They're on suspension.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense.
And I think it's the exact same people, all of them.
No, it's not the exact same. There's people.
Oh no, Jeff Hardy's there. I don't remember him failing before.
No, he didn't because he wasn't hired yet. And there's not as
so
many
I
people.
guess we did test them at home and they were still on the drugs.
I don't know if the suspension system in the game is broken or what. I'm debating if we...
It might be removing them from the... It might be coded to remove them as an option, but when it does drug tests, it checks everyone on the roster.
That might be what it does. Either that, or if the game was just updated, maybe it accidentally erased the suspensions or something too. I'm half tempted.
Maybe, although you were booking Raw today, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm half tempted just to
maybe leave the rest of the suspensions and reboot the program, see if they're still popped for drugs.
I might do the 30-day for the guys that already failed because I don't know what's going on and they're supposed to be suspended already, so I'll be fair to them that way. Sean Morley, yep, steroids again, knew it. I'll do the same. I mean, Chris Benoit's going to be the same thing too. It's the same, yep. They're coded to have their proper addictions. 30-day. I don't know. If you guys fail again, I swear to God. Just incredible, like last time. Soft and hard. You're getting forced.
The fact that so many of them are getting popped for the exact same stuff really makes me think this might be a bug.
You're getting forced.
Like Jeff Hardy might be a new one, and the others might be a bug that it's rerunning the same failures.
Jeff is only soft drugs, so we'll talk calmly. Okay.
He's not going to clean up. Okay, good talk. Yeah, that's saying, I'm going to go out and smoke a joint right now. Fuck you.
So, I'm assuming we're gonna end this recording here. If I come back, it'll probably be by myself if something for some reason changes. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on because this game seems bugged right now because it's not letting us move forward. But we'll probably be able to just run with what we just saw because I imagine even if we had to run the shows again, we'd probably get the same ratings. So yeah. Anyways, pretty fun episode. Stay tuned next time. These these guys failing drug tests completely ruined ECW for me. Um,
You kind of knew what you were getting into when you took on that roster, though.
Stay tuned to ECW to find out what the heck I'm gonna do. Um, and yeah, stay tuned to ECW. The tournaments are starting for TV title and women's championship. We were supposed to have the tag team title match, which now is gonna have to change because a certain somebody had to go and fail his drug test. And then on SmackDown, what can I give away for SmackDown that doesn't spoil too much? The most I'll give away for SmackDown is that we're gonna start crowning some new number one contenders. Um, for the World Heavyweight Championship. See who's gonna be facing Ray at the Great American Bash, which is the pay-per-view for SmackDown before SummerSlam. So yeah. And then I'm gonna try to get Vengeance into the next episode as well. So hopefully we'll get the pay-per-view in as well. Raw branded. We've got the Triple Threat, which is the main talking point. We got DX versus Spirit Squad for World Tag Team Championships, and what else? What other matches have I given away? Anything? I don't think I've given anything away yet, so I can't reveal anything else. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully this game isn't fully broken, and we will see you all later.
Have a good one.
Just kidding, we're back. The game decided to not be broken anymore as soon as we stopped recording, so here's our summary for Heat and Raw. And then we will properly go. So yeah. Figured I'd...
It might actually be interacting poorly with the recording software because of the new update.
Maybe. That might be something. But yeah, that
although that's kind of on one hand a bit of a bad outcome, even though it means that their save can move forward, because it means all those failed drug tests were not bugs.
Yeah, that's really not good. That means the guy...
Which means that drug tests pop a lot more in this than they do in TW, because I've played companies with drug policies there, and you don't bust people nearly that often.
I think it's literally like... I think they're literally testing it weekly, like doing drug tests.
Yeah, no, I know they do. I know they do drug tests weekly in real life and presumably in the game, but it catches people more often than they get caught in TEW.
Well, they don't do them weekly in real life. They do them randomly so people can't be prepared for them.
True. I know in TEW there's one for every show.
Yeah.
Because I've booked WWE in there before.
Yeah, there is.
And you'll get a bill for drug testing every show. But it doesn't pop people as often as this is, so he might need to turn down the number of times people pop.
Well, to be fair, it's popping people realistically. It's just annoying because it's going to be hard to book certain things.
It's realistic for what they're popping for. Popping twice in 3 weeks.
Well, that's just not realistic because they wouldn't be able to get tested if they're already suspended. So
that's what I mean. They wouldn't be able to get tested. And even if they do, they'd probably still be on good behavior before they fall back into bad habits, and so they'd be more careful about their drug use.
Exactly.
That's what I was getting at. Like, even the ones that you just gave a stern talking to would probably be like, all right, I'm not going to do drugs right before the show for a couple of weeks, and then they start getting cocky and fall back into the bad habits.
Well, especially Crispin Wall, he's not going to get caught right after, like, even in his frail and brain state.
Yeah, that's why I think possibly this game... I mean, it's still in early access, so there's bugs to be ironed out, but I think he's probably going to need to turn down the frequency that drug tests fail.
Yeah. On that note, now that we've gotten to the next day and cleared up and ended on a more positive note of instead of this game might be broken. Now that we know it isn't fully and can properly end this, we will see you next time. Tune in for episode 4. We will get through Vengeance and have a great time doing it, I think, because I have some interesting stuff booked. And you can have fun seeing what the hell I do about my tag title picture on ECW, because that has been ruined by Just Incredible getting.
I kind of knew where you were going with your tag title plans in ECW, and seeing how you pivot out of that with the tag teams available is going to be interesting.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We will see you guys in the next episode, and peace out.
Have a good one.